Sometimes, horror doesn't come from ghosts. Sometimes, it comes from people. Real people. This story isn't a myth. It's not a rumor. It's something that truly happened in America. Almost 100 years ago. This is the Wineville Chicken Coop Murders. In 1928, Los Angeles was a growing city full of hope and dreams. But for one mother, it became a nightmare. Her name was Christine Collins, and her only son, Walter, just 9 years old, vanished one afternoon without a trace. Christine searched everywhere. She handed out flyers, went to the newspapers, and begged the police to help. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. But Walter never came home. Every night she sat by the window, praying for a knock on the door. But that knock never came. Then, one day, the police had news. They told Christine, "We found your son." At the train station, reporters waited with cameras flashing. A small boy stepped off the train. He smiled shyly, and the officers proudly said, "Here he is, Mrs. Collins, your boy, Walter." Christine stared at the child, and her heart sank. She whispered softly, "This is not my son." But the police didn't want another failure. They said, "You're just tired, ma'am. Take him home for a few days, and you'll see." And so she did. But in her heart, she knew something was terribly wrong. After a few days, Christine returned to the police. She said again, "This boy is not Walter." But instead of helping her, they called her crazy. They claimed she was an unfit mother and locked her inside a psychiatric hospital. Imagine that. A grieving mother, punished for speaking the truth. Meanwhile, miles away, in a quiet rural town called Wineville, a teenage boy named Sanford Clark escaped from a chicken farm and ran straight to the police. He was shaking when he spoke. His voice cracked as he said, "My uncle, Gordon Stewart Northcott, is doing horrible things on that farm." Police officers reached the farm. It looked normal at first. A few chickens, a small house, and a wooden shed. But when they started digging, they found the truth. Children's clothes, blood stains, and tiny human bones buried in the dirt. The wooden coop was scratched from the inside, like small hands had tried to claw their way out. It wasn't a farm anymore. It was a graveyard. Northcott tried to run, but the police caught him. And his mother, Sarah Louise Northcott. During questioning, Sarah confessed, "Yes, we killed them." And Gordon, he laughed. He said Walter Collins was one of them. In 1930, Gordon Stewart Northcott was executed by hanging. Witnesses said he smiled before dying and whispered, "This is only the beginning." Christine Collins was finally released from the asylum. She proved she wasn't insane, but her real son, Walter, was never found. She spent the rest of her life searching for him. Every clue, every whisper of hope ended in silence. Even today, locals say strange things happen near that old farmland. At night, you can hear children crying and the sound of footsteps in the dark. Some say they've seen a little boy wandering the fields, calling out softly, "Mom, where are you?" The town was so haunted by its past that it changed its name from Wineville to Mira Loma to erase the memory. But evil never truly disappears. This wasn't a ghost story. It was real. A reminder that the darkest monsters don't always hide under our beds. Sometimes they wear human faces. Evil doesn't always haunt houses. Sometimes it lives right next door. This true story inspired the Hollywood film Changeling, 2008, starring Angelina Jolie, based on the real life of Christine Collins.